Hey, Treasure History. Today's essential question is, what were the achievements of the Byzantine and the Islamic empires? By the end of class today, this is the question that you're going to be able to answer. And at the end of your video, this is the question that you'll answer in order to make a great summary. So we have 24 history classes left together until you take the I-Leap. I feel so confident that you guys are going to crush it. But I do want you to show me what you remember from Unit 5. You can use this China timeline to help you answer these questions. Great job, guys! Yesterday, we talked about how important the Catholic Church was in Europe during the Middle Ages. Do you remember the name of this guy, this emperor who's credited with uniting the continent of Europe into one giant empire? Today we'll learn about what was happening in the big world outside of Europe. A ton was happening, and through trade and education, the innovations from outside Europe were spread to Europe in order to help improve European knowledge of science, math, and medicine. So as we go, make sure you annotate. This is still the first week of the new quarter, so right now your GPA is really high, and you can maintain that. You can get an easy 100 on your practice grade by showing great annotations. So here we go. The city of Constantinople lay at the heart of a powerful empire known as Byzantium. This is a picture of Constantinople. Remember that in 395 AD, Rome had split into two separate empires in order to make it easier to rule its massive territory. The Western Empire kept the name of Rome, while the Eastern took the name of Byzantium, also called the Byzantine Empire. But by 500 AD, Rome had fallen into decline and was soon conquered by these guys, the Germanic tribes. The Byzantine Empire, on the other hand, would endure for another 1,000 years. From 500 to 1200 AD, the Byzantines would be the wealthiest nation in Europe and Western Asia. Their standard of living would be higher than that of other nations in Europe, and they would lead much of the world in art, science, and building. Byzantium quickly evolved away from Roman traditions, forming a new culture that was uniquely their own. The Byzantines inherited their legal system from the Romans, and this guy, the Byzantine Empire Emperor Justinian, hired a commission to review all the laws that had accumulated over the centuries. There were tons of laws left over from Rome that didn't really make sense anymore, so he wanted to make them more simple. He basically categorized the laws into different classes based on the issues that they dealt with. He combined many similar laws so that there wouldn't be so many. He made complicated laws more simple and got rid of the ones that they didn't need anymore. The resulting laws were called the Justinian Code. And really, we base our legal systems off of the Justinian Code today. Also under the leadership of Justinian, the arts flourished in the Byzantine Empire. Justinian encouraged music and art and drama. He was also a masterful builder. He ordered new roads, bridges, aqueducts, baths, and other public buildings to be made. But one of his greatest, most famous building projects was a church in the heart of Constantinople, which he named the Hagia Sophia. This is a picture of the Hagia Sophia taken today in modern times. It still looks this amazing, and it's hundreds and hundreds of years old. This is what it looks like on the inside. This massive cathedral still stands today as one of the largest churches in the world. And I say church because it was started as a Christian church, but today it's a mosque, which is why you see Arabic writing here. Today it's a place where people go to practice Islam. The Byzantine Empire was located over here in Eastern Europe, but in the Middle East, over here in this green part, Islam was taking hold. By 631 AD, the Prophet Muhammad was recognized throughout the region as God's messenger. As Allah's prophet, Muhammad was then easily able to conquer the entire Arabian Peninsula with little opposition. This is the part shaded in brown here that's called the Arabian Peninsula. Remember, this is where Mecca was, and this is where Muhammad started. but by 631 AD, he had taken over this entire part. After Muhammad died, he left behind a huge legacy that's almost unparalleled in world history. During his short reign, Muhammad founded a new world religion and united all the Arabian tribes behind one central government, giving it new strength that would help it survive in the coming centuries. This is Muhammad's empire by 700 AD, the bright orange part. Look at how much territory he had conquered by the time he died. But the Muslim armies continued to expand their borders and influence. By 700 AD, like I said, their conquest had led them to possess much of the lands around the Mediterranean Sea, which is this. So they owned Egypt, Mesopotamia, Spain, Northern Africa. And then if you look at the key, by 1500, the yellow part, they owned even more. They had even conquered more of Africa, much of the Byzantine Empire, and a lot of Asia, which was the Persian Empire. Muslim mathematicians made huge and lasting contributions to the study of math. It's because one Muslim mathematician that we even use numbers today. Traditional systems had used different letters of the alphabet to represent numbers, or something called Roman numerals, which is what the Romans used, where a letter would represent a certain number, a certain digit. But this took a lot of time to write, and you couldn't really show your work when you were doing math problems. The new system was way better, far superior, because it allowed people to multiply and divide easily and also check their work. Math words like algebra and algorithm came from the Arabic language because Muslims invented those too. Muslims also made innovations in surgery, in hospitals, and even started the first university. The Prophet Muhammad is even said to have used the first toothbrush. Isn't that crazy? I love how this toothbrush looks. These are tiny little bristles from a plant. Can you imagine brushing your teeth with this? So the Islamic and Byzantine Empire brought new ideas and innovations, which spread to Europe through trade and communication, especially on that Silk Road. So now let's make your summary. You're going to pause and answer this question. What were the achievements of the Byzantine and Islamic empires? An excellent summary was how one big achievement of the Byzantines and one big achievement of the Islamic Empire. Go ahead and press pause, make your summary, and then raise your hand to show me your summary when you're done. Now you may X out of this tab and push 4.0 until it's time for practice.